Today we're going to talk about how to be a badass goddess, how to be empowered. 5 tips to find your inner strength and your inner power so you can be a badass goddess. Hi, my name is Ada and welcome to the Badass Goddess Show. If you want to see more videos on spirituality, empowerment, and how to be a badass and have a fabulous life after 50, please subscribe, hit the bell so you can be notified when I upload a video every Sunday and bring you all these goodies. So let's get right to it. So what is empowerment? We hear this word a whole lot, but in practical terms, how would you know you are empowered? And how would you go about being empowered? And it's not about being angry and yelling and screaming and, well, of course, if you want to do that, that's fine. I mean, I don't care. Whatever floats your boat. But it's about knowing what you want. And being comfortable in your own skin. And being comfortable to do whatever the hell you want. Because after 50, who gives a shit what anybody else thinks? It's all about what you want. So how do we go about this? Well, first I like to say a little bit of a backdrop story. I was raised in a very, very Hispanic family. My mother is a very strong woman, but nevertheless, my father always had the last word. My father was a man of few words, but when he spoke, it was the law. And we have some sort of power at the time, in the sense that my mother was the one who took care of us and dealt with the household and fed us and cleaned after everyone and looked after my father. So to a certain extent, there was that sort of power. We were the pillars of the family, we're the nurturers, the ones who take care of everyone else. So in that aspect, we have some sort of power. But in the long run, we really couldn't make the decisions that needed to be made if your husband, father, or the bigger brothers made the bigger decisions, or it was kind of the way it was. And that's the way I was raised. And so even though my mom wasn't happy about it, it was just one of those things. She just yelled and screamed and bitched a whole lot, which taught me that if you yell a lot, then somebody will listen to you, but that's not the way it works. So how do you get out of this? You take steps to get reacquainted with yourself and see what you want in order to move forward. It's not that simple sometimes for many people, because we tend to have, we have this mentality, so it takes a while to break out of that old programming. So how many of you have lived or been raised in a household like that, or maybe you are in a marriage like that, or in a family dynamics where we do kind of have certain power, but not all of it, and even at work, a business, even though you're a boss, you might still have this issue about you being a woman and not truly being in power because you still want to please. Not everybody's like that, but many women do still struggle with that. So how do we get out of it? First of all, this is not about man bashing. I love men. They're terrific species. I adore them. They're delicious. So it's not about that. It's about ourselves, how to take care of ourselves and how to be comfortable in our own skin. So the first very, very valuable point. Stop telling yourself the story. Get out of your own way. When we tell ourselves the story, because my dad, because my mom, because my boss, because my husband, because my brother, because my son, because whatever, we get stuck in the story. So the story goes around and around and around, and we become the story. First step out of the story. You're not a victim. You know what happened, just like I know I was raised in a certain way, my mom is a certain way, my father was a certain way. It's not the way that I live now. It's not the way that I choose to live, and it's not the way that I chose to raise my children. So to an extent, you say, okay, I recognize that this is not what I want, and now I move away from it. There's a Chinese proverb that I will change a little bit. It says, she who blames others has a long way to go. She who blames herself is halfway there. She who blames no one has arrived. This is not about who's responsible, who did who to what, or whom. It's about what you're going to do from here forward. So the next step is to embrace your anger. Get pissed, sister. If you take anger and you direct it in the right position, it will empower you, meaning it will light a fucking fire under your ass. Use it. If you get pissed, then take that anger and use it. Put it somewhere productive. If you are working and you have an idea that you share with a coworker and they took your idea and made it their own and then they got props for it, then instead of getting pissed and telling everybody that he took or she took your idea, then use that anger to either break out of it and create your own business, or use it to fuel yourself and know that you had a great idea that was accepted, and then move forward with it and create something better. So use your anger. Anger is a great fuel. It really pushes you to get out of your comfort zone, to get uncomfortable, which ultimately is where you need to be able to achieve the things that you want. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The second one, get a tribe. We can't do it alone. We can't. We could be as badass as you want to be, but you need a tribe. You need a group of women that get together and discuss our dreams, our frustrations, our goals, our desires. It's very important. Studies actually show that when women gather together and they share, it's healthier for them. We live longer. That's why we live longer than men, because we share, we talk. We like to grow through ideas and discussions and emotions, and we cry and we laugh together. So it's very important. It's important because it gives us a support system that without it, it's nearly impossible to do it. It's very important to embrace other women and move through the path together. Just make sure that when you do so, it's not about telling the other women what they should or should not do. It's about listening, supporting, and creating space. The next one, reconnect with yourself. It's all about you, baby. It's all about you. It's all about who you want to be. It's all about what you want. It's all about you. You're the center of it. You are the protagonist of your life. Everyone else is just supporting actors. It's all about you. Learn the art of saying no. Be selfish. So be selfish. It's not so bad. It's not a bad word. You just take care of you. You become self-aware, self-healing, self-loving, self-protected, self-caring. It's all about you. Take care of you. Spend time with you. Do the things you love. Always. Who cares what anybody thinks? If you like to, needlepoint or skydive, go do it. You have to do it. When you do it and you do what you love, then you become stronger. And inside of you, there's a fire, a spark. And that is where the fun begins. The next, gratitude. Gratitude is so important. Oh my God. It goes connected to the very first step, which is getting out of your way and stop telling you the story of the victim. Because then you really flip things around. You live in a space of gratitude, and boy, when you live in a space of gratitude, especially with the small things, is so powerful, because the universe takes notice and it knows exactly where to begin. Things that you are grateful for, I would say to start with things that are small. When I started, I used to thank for, beautiful flowers and the sunshine. And then after a while, it became something that I was doing and I wasn't really thinking about it. But then I heard, I don't remember, I think it was a YouTuber that also said, why don't you give thanks to your heart? It never stops pumping. It never stops. Think about that. It never stops, because if it does, you would die. When you're sleeping, it's still pumping. When you're watching TV, when you're cooking, when you're cleaning, when you're with your lover, when you're holding your child, it's always pumping. Be grateful for that. Imagine it works for you 24/7, 7 days a week. How amazing is that? Your lungs, who are constantly bringing in oxygen and giving you life, giving you prana. So these things are always there, but we never really think about it. So let's be in gratitude of that. Gratitude really changes everything. Everything. So I think that the video went a little longer than I expected, but what are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for? Think about what you like to live in gratitude. Who is your tribe? You have a tribe? What would this tribe look like? Who would be part of your tribe? How can you really connect with yourself a little more? Do more for yourself? Who can you say no to more often? That's very important. So if you have any comments and if you like to suggest any other videos to live a fabulous life after 50 and be a kick-ass, badass, and sassy goddess, please drop the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you very soon.